but I'm bossed up on some bullshit. Bank rolls is buzzing. I fuck it off, it's nothing. I get it back in no time. Them blue faces I'm touching. Yeah, my name say buzzing. I'm doing something you wasn't. Every day on the money chase, I get the shit from my brother. Time wait for nobody. I get to it and run it up. I've been trapping since back then. I seen a lot while coming up. I can't let shit slow me up. When they notice me, they know it's up. Been doing shit for too long.
Yo, what up, guys? This is your boy Kofi with KO Sports Talk back at with another video. And welcome to my Sports Hangout. I'm sorry, with the whole intro, I gotta fix that intro. My new intro, I'm having problems with that, so I'm just using this for the meantime. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to just talk about the Bears press conference and what's going on. So I'm going to put the link in the description. Anybody wants to join in, put the link in the description. That's just StreamYard. But I just wanted to go over some key things, what happened with the Chicago Bears press conference. You know, the Bears just recently hired former Big Ten Commissioner Kevin Warren from the Big Ten school, or Big Ten college. And one thing that kind of stood out to me about this guy is that, or not just him, but pretty much about this hire, is that the McCaskey family, or overall, the McCaskey family, they're going in a different direction. It's not like a friend of theirs that they hired or somebody in the family. I mean, if you look at the previous 5 CEOs and owners, it's pretty much just been the McCaskey family or somebody who's like akin to them or a family friend. You know, Ted Phillips, he was definitely a family friend, a family friend of the McCaskeys. And then you have Michael McCaskey, who's the son of Virginia McCaskey. And of course, you have Papa Bear Hallis, who's the CEO and owner. And the way they were running this team, the way they were running this organization, they were running it like it was a mom and pop business. They're running it like it was a small business. They weren't running it like it was an enterprise. And you definitely saw it, like the way that Ted Phillips was running the team. Really didn't do much of a good job with Soldier Field, not trying to get it to be pushed out to Arlington Heights. Like, we didn't have the leverage. The Bears didn't have the type of leverage that they wanted to have in terms of being a well-run organization. They didn't have the type of leverage, with Soldier Field, because Soldier Field, it was pretty much owned by the city. It was pretty much owned by the city, and the city, they pretty much had to say so on how the renovations went, with how the field went, and that was pretty much very, very, very detrimental, specifically to the field, because a lot of players would definitely get injured. Soldier Field wasn't too much of a place, too much of a good type of venue to host certain types of events, like the Super Bowl, like certain concerts, certain stuff, with Soldier Field. It didn't hold up to that type of standard. And so Kevin Warren, this type of guy, especially somebody who's of color, to come into this press conference saying that one of the first jobs that I'm going to do as a CEO is try to really revamp, try to really go on and building the renovations for Arlington Heights. And there's a pretty high chance that probably within the next couple years, you're going to see Soldier Field. Not Soldier Field, but you're going to be seeing a lot of games in Arlington Heights compared to Soldier Fields. Now, granted, with Soldier Fields, it's a good field, but especially when you're traveling over there, especially by the lakefront, it can definitely be a hassle especially with parking or when you're trying to get out with Soldier Field, it could definitely be a hassle. There's no really good public transportation to get to Soldier Field. You have to literally drive over there as opposed to Arlington Heights. Arlington Heights, well, where they're building the stadium, there's a Metro train station where you could pretty much just get off the train station and then you can go to the field, as opposed to Soldier Field where you gotta pretty much just drive all the way over there, and then with that, parking can be a sucker. Parking can be a pain in the you know what, it can be a pain in the butt. And so, um, just speaking of Kevin Warren, um, like he said, there are some key points that he said. Um, First of all, the fact that he wants to build a nice round of the art built stadium. Um, the fact that with his resume, his past resume, the fact that with him being in the NFL for 20 plus years, the fact that he was able to um, pretty much change ownership with the Minnesota Vikings to the Wolves, from the previous owner to the Wolves, and not only that, he was able to build U.S. Bank Stadium, where they're the hosts of I think one Super Bowl. They hosted like one Super Bowl, if I'm not mistaken, at U.S. Bank Stadium, and they had like a number of high profile events at U.S. Bank Stadium. So he was able to change pretty much a trajectory of the Minnesota Vikings in terms of like revenue status and brand status. Building a new stadium. But that's not the only thing that really stood out to me. He said that not only is he coming here to build stadiums, but he wants to build championships. And he wants to win the NFC. He wants to win the division, and um, that really means a lot. I mean, hopefully he sticks to his word. Um, there's one thing to say it, but there's another thing to actually do it, because to me, actions speak louder than words. Actions definitely speak louder than words. And but the main thing about him is that when he came to the press conference, first impression wise, I mean, I was already blown away by with what he said. The fact that not only is he just coming to make this organization better, but he's trying to make it one of the best organizations in the NFL, one of the best football teams in the NFL, by winning championships, by winning the NFC titles, winning NFC North titles. He just doesn't want to just make it all about just getting revenue, but he wants to make this team a winning organization, building talent around the quarterback, around Justin Fields, saying that they're definitely behind Justin Fields, even though there's a lot of chatter about Justin Fields getting possibly traded, that there are other possible viable options in the 2022-2023 NFL draft, with Bryce Young, CJ Stroud. A lot of these media pundits saying that, CJ Stroud is better than Justin Fields, or Bryce Young is better than Justin Fields, which I do not think they are, in my opinion. But one thing that really kind of stood out to me is that, that they just do not only just want to um, just bring revenue, because that's what Ted Phillips is all about, bringing money. Making the McCaskies put money in their pocket, because we've dealt with that for a long time, and we needed a new direction with this team. And um, the thing about him, um, with Kevin Warren, is that everywhere he went, he made a lot of teams better. And so hopefully, with him coming to the Chicago Bears, he could really have a good say so, because he's also a football guy. And so with him and Ryan Poles, they could pretty much collaborate on, with the NFL draft, saying, oh, hey, like, what's your input on such and such player? What's your input on this wide receiver? What's your input on this type of player? They can all delegate, and really come to a common ground because they're all good football minds, and that's something that we didn't have in the past, especially with Ted Phillips. Ted Phillips is not much of a football person. The McCaskies, they weren't much of a football person, but they're always in charge. They're always in charge of more than what half of what the GM said, and so the fact that that he said that he wants to build a championship team, the fact that him and Ryan Poles, um, they don't want to cheat their way. They want to build it the right way. They don't want to take any shortcuts. They want to build through the draft. They want to have sustained success, not just 1 or 2 years of success and then just flatten out. No, they want to build be a continuous winning organization. That's something that the Bears have been missing for the past 30 plus years. We haven't seen um, a continuously consistent winning organization since the 80s, before I was even born. And that's something that we definitely need. That's something that a lot of Bears fans need because we've been yearning for that. Um, what else? What else? Um, oh yeah, and the Bears offseason plans, in terms of like Bears offseason plans, um, I read a report, I think, from Dave Kaplan. Dave Kaplan was talking about um, how there are some reports. That's the link, guys, too. That's the link if you want to come on in. If anybody want to come on in to the Hangout, that's the link. But there's something that I wanted to talk about. Um, hold up, guys. Nah. Mm-mm. Hmm. Trying to see. I'm trying to see. Colts. Yeah, I can't find it. But I was trying to look for the report on Twitter. Actually, on Twitter, about uh, what Dave Kaplan said. Actually, I'll actually bring that up. David Kaplan. David Kaplan. I'm gonna share the screen with you guys. Um, Sometimes David Kaplan, he may not be. It's like hit or miss with him. Like sometimes he can be a reliable source, sometimes he can't be. But with the way the things are, especially with the Colts, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the Colts do this. But pretty much, he said that the Chris Ballard, the Colts GM, and the Colts organization, they were pretty much willing to do anything to get to the number one pick, that they are ready to give up a boatload of picks, a boatload of number one picks and second round picks, including Michael Pittman, the wide receiver from the Colts, or another player or two. But yeah, we can watch the video right now. Let me show you.
Take that.
What's up,
Well,
Kasim
Bears
Baker,
recap
man?
rush
Salute to
hour
you, my
for
brother.
Friday.
Salute.
It is January 13th. I'm David Kaplan. I hope you had a good week and you're ready for an awesome weekend. It's brought to you by Chevy Drive Chicago.com, your Chicagoland Chevy dealers. Well, folks, sources around the NFL say the Bears are going to be inundated with phone calls. There are a lot of teams ready to pay a stiff price to get the Bears' number one pick. It certainly looks like the Bears are all in on Justin
Come on.
Fields. In fact, the Colts reportedly ready to put a deal together that could include wide receiver Michael Pittman, potentially another player, and a bevy of draft picks. The Texans and others also expected to make strong offers to get all the way up to the top. Who do they all want?
Well, I mean, like you said right there, yeah, I mean, it's not only just the Colts, but like the Colts, I think with the Colts, I think they're definitely in a better position, due to the fact that they're picking fourth overall, that they're willing to give a couple first round picks, a couple second round picks, maybe a third or two, and a player within that deal, just to get to the number one pick. Because especially with the Houston Texans, who they have in their division, they're definitely going to be competing with them to get that top the best player available with that number one pick. So the Bears, um they're definitely in a good position, to have any type of leverage going into the NFL offseason, with the cap space, and also, with the NFL draft. But specifically, I think this is one of the best possible trades that they can make out of any other team within the NFL draft, because um, they they can still pick within the top 5 pick. They can still get the best player available with the top 4 pick. But not only that, you can get a boatload full of picks from the Colts, from the Indianapolis Colts. And the fact that they are very, very desperate to get to that number one pick, because they do not want the Houston Texans getting the best player available, a la whether it be Bryce Young or Will Levis. It just, gives the Bears all the leverage in the world. And really can't wait. Ryan Poles, he's definitely sticking to his guns, saying that he really does want to build through the NFL draft. And it really is showing, because he wants to build this team the right way. And I think he's definitely doing a really great job, especially, with some of, like, even with last year's draft, the fact that he's able to get Jaquan Brisker, the fact that he was able to draft a fifth round rookie from Southern Utah, pretty much an unknown school that nobody ever knew. A fifth round rookie who's also made it to the All Pro rookie team. Braxton Jones made it to the All Pro rookie team. Jaquan Brisker made it to the All Pro rookie team. And then Jack Sanborn also made it to the All Pro rookie team, who was undrafted. And so the fact that he's able to identify these types of talents, I can only imagine what he's going to do this upcoming 2023 NFL draft. He's going to find the best possible talents, especially to build in the trenches, defense, offense, especially the offense, to help to protect Justin Fields. And not only that, to get him the best skill receivers to help complement Justin Fields, to help him take his game to the next level. I think that's very, very important, man, to the development of Justin Fields. And what else? Try to think of something else. I mean, if anybody wants to come on in, I think I'm gonna have at least probably one more minute before I talk. But like I said, I definitely think this is. What's up, Don Burr? I know you're happy you swept Aaron Rodgers, man. Hopefully we'll get our turn next year to sweep him. But I mean, yeah, Detroit Lions. Speaking of Detroit Lions, man, they're looking pretty good out there, man. They're looking like they're going to be a pretty dangerous team going into next season, especially with all that momentum going into next season. I might make a video about the Lions. No joke, man. That the Lions might be a problem in the NFC. You know, with the way they're playing, they can be definitely a problem within the NFC, especially if they get like a stud defensive tackle or a stud linebacker. Yeah, they're definitely going to be a problem. Not only might compete for the NFC North title, but they might compete in the NFC. They're a pretty good team. They're nothing to mess with. They have a good coaching staff, got a good quarterback, good run game, good offensive line, good skilled players on your team. Yeah, they could definitely compete next year for a playoff spot. And I think they can also compete for an NFC North title. I think it's going to be either – I mean, if the Bears play their cards right, it's going to be probably between the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears. If the Bears, definitely play their cards right. But, I mean, right now, with the way things are constructed, I think, the Lions, they're probably up there to compete for the NFC North title, them and the Minnesota Vikings. But like I said, guys, like and subscribe for my content. Make sure you hit that notification bell for more updates. I will do more YouTube shorts, and stay tuned for more videos. I'd like to thank you guys for coming to my hangout, and also stay tuned for more Chicago Bulls videos. I'm going to be making some Chicago Bulls videos. I'm doing some updates with the team. I know even though the team hasn't been playing so well, they've been Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. That's the model of the team, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. When they want to put it on, they'll put it on. But when they want to be bad, they're just flat out garbage, flat out bad. But anyway, guys, this is your boy Kofi with KO Sports Talk, with KO Sports Hangout, and I'm signing out. All right, guys. Peace. I'm out.
I was cut from a different cloth. Don't got time for the bullshit. A lot of niggas done switched up, but I'm bossed up on some bullshit. Bank rolls is buzzing. I fuck it off, it's nothing. I get it back in no time. Them blue faces I'm touching. Yeah, my name say buzzing. I'm doing something you wasn't. Every day on the money chase, I get the shit from my brother. Time wait for nobody. I get to it and run it up. I've been trapping since back then. I seen the live while coming up. I can't let shit slow me up. When they notice me, they know.